everybody. Ken and Hotep back at it again with the work grift. It's a rainy 60 degrees on this Wednesday. Or was it Thursday? What's today? Thursday? I'm getting my days mixed up. On this Thursday, February 16th. Oh, man. Don Lemon, Don Lemon, Don Lemon. F Don Lemon. Everybody hates Don Lemon. Shout out to Patriot J. What up, Emmanuel? Got Emmanuel Preston in the building. What's going on? If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching that replay, leave a comment. Helps the algorithm. Helps push my channel. Let me know how I'm doing. Say hello. Drop a Hotep in the chat. Drop a Hotep in the comments. You know what I mean? Bill said I'm afraid to go out in the rain. You think the acid rain reached Maryland already? You in what way? Where you at, yo? You in D.C. or Virginia? You in D.C., right? So who knows what's coming down? Man. What up, Hotep Oz? Appreciate you coming through, man. Yeah, that's right. You in VA. But yeah. So Don Lemon, what's up with catty gay men always going after like women? So Nikki Haley, she announces her run for president, right? Nikki Haley announces her run for the presidential seat. Don Lemon starts hating on her, says, she's out of her prime, right? I think like Nikki Haley might be, I don't know, what she like might be she might be in like her late 40s, early 50s or something like that. Maybe mid 50s. But Don Lemon had the nerve to come out and say she's not in her prime no more. And to the credit of his other co-hosts, they were like, "What do you mean by that?" You know what I mean? He's like, "What do you mean by that?" And then he tried to backtrack it because it's like, what's your prime? Our president is 75, 78. He's 78 years old, right? He's 78 years old. Donnie T was what, 74 when he ran and won? Like, how old is Hillary Clinton? He wasn't saying that about Hillary Clinton. Oh, now because a conservative woman, comes into throws her hat into the arena, all of a sudden she's out of her prime, right? I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, out of your prime, bruh? I mean, like maybe for kids or something like that, but like for a career, like stop hating. You know what I mean? Like some of y'all don't know Nikki Haley was in the cabinet with Donnie T. That's another reason why they throw shade at her. I mean, now me, if she qualified, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? We'll see what she says on the in the political arena. We'll see what she says in those debates, right? We'll see what she says in those debates. But I don't know. All I know is Don Lemon's a dumbass. He always putting his foot in his mouth. He has the lowest rated show on CNN behind reliable sources, which I don't even know if that's still on CNN because I don't even watch CNN. What was his name? Brian Stelter. Which he's an embarrassment from Maryland. A damn embarrassment from Maryland. But he always putting his foot in his mouth. But somehow he still manages to keep a show, which lets you know he's got a handler somewhere in CNN. Maybe his husband. Maybe his husband's his handler. You know what I mean? What's up, Daisy girl? So that boat actually cleans up the debris out of the water. That boat actually goes through and it picks up the debris out of the water. It's pretty interesting. They really try. They give an effort to clean up the harbor, but go figure. That boat need a raise. Oh man. Let's see. Another train derailment happened in Michigan today. Are you serious? Because I just saw that didn't a train derailment happen in South Carolina as well, and it was a Norfolk Southern train? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Hotep R says it's that feminine energy. If they were fighting on the streets, I think Nikki got it. Was there a train derailment in Tucson? I know that that truck flipped over and they let that nitric acid out, which shit like mustard gas or something like that. And cars were driving through it. 5 derailments so far. Ho ho! It was a girl that said she survived Sandy Hook and the MSU shooting. Mm, that's the doubles. Yeah, I knew I heard it in Houston. Somebody had put that in the chat. They said Houston had a train derailment, right? Matter of fact, I think Sauce said it. I think Sauce said it in the chat a while back. I don't know, yo. It's so many derailments. There's so many accidents. The chopper that fell out of the sky onto into like a highway or some stuff like that. I forgot where that was. But y'all heard about the chopper that fell out of the sky, the military plane? You know what I mean? I don't know, yo. We are really in some strange times, bro. It's some really, really, really out of the ordinary stuff that's happening. It's like you can't really call it a coincidence at this point, right? You can't really call this all a coincidence at this point. Like this all sounds like it's by design. It's that order through chaos that we always talk about. You know what I mean? That BBB is going just well, isn't it? That wasn't my damn. That's crazy. Yeah, it is, bro. That Build Back Better going there. Is a plastics building burning in Florida right now. I'm telling you guys, none of this is a coincidence anymore. You know, at first you want to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? At first you want to give it the benefit of the doubt that hey, this shit happens, right? Things happen. But now, I mean, it's just all too much a coincidence. I just want to know what the play is. What is the play? You need a Hotep bunker? Hey, bruh. I kept trying to get my father to do one. My father got the money to do it, yo. I kept telling my father, like, yo, you need to get some seed containers and make a little bunker, buy some land out West Virginia somewhere, get a little community of like minded people to come up there and contribute and protect the land, and that be our little fucking Rosewood or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You know, now he actually thinking about it though. The shit that's happening right now, now he really considering it. You know what I mean? We don't need a whole lot. 5, 10 acres, something like that. That's enough for everybody to live on, right? 10 acres. Let's just say 10 acres, maybe 20 acres. You have a few acres for everybody to build a little trailer or bring a little RV or something to. Then a few more acres for some homesteading. Get some pigs and some chickens. You know what I mean? Um, some livestock or something like that. You know what I mean? Stock up, like you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like it's doable. It's definitely doable when you get a community of people to come together. But it's hard to get a community of people to come together. You know what I mean? It's hard to get a community of people to come together. But this stuff right here, man, is I'm sorry, it's not a coincidence anymore, right? We're on our fifth derailment, right? You had the truck that flipped over with the nitric acid that spilled out. You know, um, is it from the rail strike that was happening? And Nickel Slick made it illegal for them to strike, and they just like, all right, well, F it, we just gonna half-ass our job, and lo and behold, these trains are keeling over and flipping over. Are they being sabotaged by the strikers, or is this all a plan by the deep state? Is this all a plan by you know the the redacted, they, them, the collective? You know what I mean? Just saying. I heard a loud explosion happen in Mission, Texas. Is that right? Old Testament told you gonna be lit tonight. It definitely is. 40 to 60 acres to farm and for the family to build on the property. I hear that. I'm just looking at protecting that land, you know what I mean? 40 to 60 acres, that's a lot of land to cover to make sure that you don't got marauders and the government coming up on you without you knowing. You know what I mean? Emmanuel says, I'll take my reparations as an underground city, thank you. Speaking of bunkers, there was a guy in Australia that had a secret underground bunker full of guns and a gun range. My hero. You need 10 pool guns for 40 acres. You need a minigun for 40 acres. Bro, you need snipers. You know what I mean? You need you need a lot of shit, you know what I mean, to cover 40 acres. You gotta get yourself some four wheelers, some side by sides, you know what I mean? I just figured like 10, maybe 20 acres, you know what I mean, is enough to be able to patrol that and keep that safe. Shit, I would even scale it down to 10. Cause hell, I ain't trying to have 100 people in my community. I'm talking about, my close personal friends. You know what I mean? People that, I know that I can trust. You know what I mean? Which ain't a few. My circle's small. You know what I mean? My circle's small. But yeah, I don't know though. I don't know what's coming, bro. Like this is the dark winter, bro. Like I've been looking at gas masks. And I'm getting ready to order me a few. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and spend the bread. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the bread on it. So, how you doing? It's okay. Fine. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the bread on it. Like it was like I think we was looking at was like $269 a piece, something like that. Um, it's not that much land because you have to rotate crops, etc. Cows, so you have to rotate hay, grow. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. That's true. That is true. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. So yeah, I guess 40 to 60 acres would be I guess that's needed. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you keep everything small and you keep your community small, it shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's a lot of coincidences happening right now. Um, like I said, you had the chopper that fell out the sky. You have we on our fifth train derailment. Um, they said Houston. It was some hazardous chemicals that spilled out there. Uh, got Ohio, the hazardous chemicals, which I don't know what they was thinking on that. They control burn that much chemical, and they caused a complete, you know, ecological disaster there. I mean, if it's raining here right now, I hope it ain't raining in Ohio with that cloud in the sky like that. That's because you still got those chemicals in the sky, and that creates acid rain. So that's going to be interesting to find out what happens with that. If Dr. Ricks was right saying, if you live in the area and you can get out of there now until that's all squared away. You know what I mean? Just he said, get out now while it's all squared away. It's just it's a sad state of affairs right now, and it's sad that you got to think, in the fashion that everybody's thinking now. Like we got to prepare for the worst, which you should still always be prepared for the worst. You know what I mean? You should still always be prepared for the worst, but it's just like things are happening so fast. It's like, what do you do? You can only warn people. You can only tell people to get themselves ready and get themselves prepared, right? You can only do but so much. But people got to take it into their own hands. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure you and your family are safe. Should the lights go out. Speaking of that, they saying they shot down what? We shot down four surveillance objects. I'll say. I guess two of them were balloons, and two of them they don't know what they were or they're not saying. Um, then you got in Kiev, they shot down six surveillance balloons, and then they said the last two that we shot down here had a payload on them. A payload of what? You know, that's my question. It's a payload of what? You know what I mean? like I said, my fear is that it has a an EMP on it. Because what better thing to use than something that's analog? Something that's analog is a weather balloon that won't be affected by it. They got 1,000-acre locks in Wyoming and New Hotepistan based. I bet Kanye bunker is ready to go. Oh, guarantee it. How many? He got like what, 11,000 acres or something like that. What up, cuz? We got Dia Blaze in the building. I appreciate you. Oh, is that right? So they said they were just like, didn't they say they were science experiments from like high school kids or something? Now all of a sudden they want to retaliate. That's interesting. I still think some industrial sized fans could blow that stuff up into the atmosphere. Um, and people look so sad, more than mad, at the town hall meeting. Of course, the lady, she had a bunch of chickens and it killed her chickens. A guy who was raising foxes and his foxes are going to die. You know. And then when people were showing like the creeks and the riverbeds, schools of fish floating. You know what I mean? Frogs dead, wildlife dead. This is this is this is this is the biggest ecological disaster since the BP oil spill. Think about it, yo. Five tankers, 33,000 gallons of a volatile substance that boils at 8 degrees, seeps into the ground, right? They did the control. When did they do the control burn or control release, whatever they're calling it? They did it like this past weekend, right? But for for like 7 to 8 days, that stuff just was seeping into the ground. That stuff was getting washed downstream. Then you light it on fire, and then you send uh, 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 vinyl chloride into the sky, and then what it turn into? I forgot what Dr. Rick said it turned into. Shout out to Dr. Sonar Bricks. He's gonna be at Hotep Con um, in August. Salute to him. Can't wait to chop it up with him. But vinyl acid or something like that. Anyway, it's now it's airborne. Now we're from a liquid to now it's a gas. Now it's airborne. We're going to see a lot of residual effects coming from this. I guarantee we're going to hear about a lot of cancers, a lot of lung issues, a lot of respiratory issues, a lot of heart issues, a lot of skin issues if it starts to rain that stuff down. It's Chernobyl. It's Chernobyl. And it's going to take months, if not a year or so, to clean that stuff up properly. All because they wanted to cut corners when it happened. Instead of spending the money to get the activated charcoal to clean that stuff up, they want to control burn it. They want to control burn it. That water more toxic than the inner harbor here. What up, protocol? Protocol in the building. Hydrochloric acid. I appreciate y'all. So they turn from they turn from vinyl chloride to hydrochloric acid. People could drink water from the Mississippi not that long ago. Now the question is it a quality control issue and they didn't have the people to inspect these strains before they went off? Dude, yeah. Like that's like you got 10 you had like before they did the control burn, shit 24 to 48 hours with that stuff seeping into the ocean and the rivers and stuff like that. That's massive. That's massive. What up? We got Jay's World in the building. Airborne stomach acid. Florida had a derailment. Jesus. What's up, Jay Pylon in the building? I have to look. I'm gonna have to check that up. I haven't looked at it too. I didn't know Florida. I know you. Did y'all mention Florida in the beginning of the stream? I don't remember, but that's crazy. Oh, and Kissimmee. You heard about anything crazy happening in Oklahoma, Jay? But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, just get your bottle, especially if you live in like the Pittsburgh area, anywhere in Pennsylvania, anywhere in Ohio, Jersey, New York. Make sure you got a lot of bottled water on tap. A lot of bottled water on tap. Get yourself some MREs or something just in case. Just in case this gets worse than they expect. Because I expected to get a lot worse, especially when if you got the government telling you, oh, you can breathe the water and you can breathe the air and drink the water in Ohio and Palestine, Ohio, you're fine. I don't believe that. Protect your neck, y'all. Protect your chicken. Get your food stores, get your water, get your first aid, get some kind of respirator. You know what I mean? Something that can filter out some of that stuff if you can't afford a legit, mask. I don't know what the hell going on out here in these streets. You know what I mean? It could be. It could be, but I don't see them attacking like that though. I think if they're going to attack, they're going to attack. It's going to be some Red Dawn parachute from the sky type situation. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I don't think that they wouldn't attack like that. Man, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I gotta get back to the grind. I appreciate you guys stopping through. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share the stream. Let people know we was live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Anyway, it's Ken and Hotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, and don't miss. I'll holler at y'all.